One of the most searched question over the internet. Best car under 7 lakh, 10 lakh, 12 lakh or even 15 lakh for that matter. Well, there's no single answer to that question because as per your priorities and the requirements change, the answer also tends to change. But if you are specifically targeting around a budget of 10 lakh, then I must tell you that the compact SUV segment is one of the most popular right now, and therefore most of the car manufacturers are trying to fit their product in that category, and Hyundai Venue comes out to be one of the most successful as well as a popular name in this category, and it is second to sales to only Kia Sonet, and therefore occupies a massive 15 to 20% share in the market. And in the 10 lakh category, there are many options. You can opt for the petrol, diesel, manual, or automatic. And with this, the confusion arises. So don't worry, I have got your back. Hello, friends. My name is Divyam, and I am your host. You are watching Bahu channel, and I welcome you all to the buying guide of Hyundai Venue 2021. Firstly, we'll start by looking at the competition. Then we'll discuss the engine and the transmission options available in Venue right now. And lastly, we'll do the variant wise analysis where we'll discuss the features along with the prices. And my goal is to help you select the perfect variant of Venue as per your requirement. So if we look at the competition, then there are many SUVs out there. But if we are targeting the compact SUV segment, then the list shortened down to 9. And except for the Brezza, Magnite and Urban Cruiser, all of the cars are available with petrol as well as the diesel engine. Coming to the prices, if we look at this graph, we can clearly see that Magnite is among the cheapest available petrol compact SUV, and Sonet covers the widest range of price in both petrol and diesel. The petrol and diesel top end prices are almost at par in case of Venue because Hyundai is offering the turbo petrol unit like most of its other cars, which brings me down to the engine and the transmission options available in Venue. So you get a regular 1.2 liter Kappa petrol engine, which is very much refined, and we have seen the same engine in i20 as well. But there are two problems with this engine, especially for the enthusiast, because the power delivery is somewhat linear and the mileage is also on the lower side. And hence we are left with only two engine options. One is 1.5 liter CRDI diesel, another one is 1 liter turbo GDI petrol. Diesel is sadly offered with manual transmission only, but the turbo petrol engine is being offered with three transmissions: a manual, a clutchless manual or IMT, and a DCT. So Hyundai certainly has to offer something as per everyone's interest. Time to look at the variant wise pricing. So basically feature wise there are only 5 variants: E, S, S plus, SX and SX option. The 1.2 liter petrol manual is offered in base and mid trims only, whereas 1.5 liter diesel manual is offered in every trim except for S plus. And finally, the 1 liter turbo petrol is offered majorly in the top trims. But what is surprising is the fact that DCT automatic is missing on the top end SX option, which can be bit disappointing. Last but not the least, we have 5 different options which are extension of SX and SX option and are called sport trims. These sport trim models majorly pack in some aesthetic changes on the exteriors as well as the interiors, which we'll look at the end of this video. For now, we'll cover all the features variant wise, but the feature list is very long, and although I'll show you the complete list, but we'll discuss only the practical features which I call as the highlights. So starting with the base variant, that is E. This is available only with 1.2 liter petrol and 1.5 liter diesel manual, and the highlights are dual front airbags, ABS with EBD, rear parking sensors, which is part of a standard safety list nowadays in almost all of the cars. Then you get day and night inside rear view mirror, so your eyes don't have to bear the unnecessary glare of the headlights at the night. To enhance the comfort, you get few features, but they are bit incomplete. You get the power windows, but only at the front. AC is given, but the control is manual. Then steering adjust is also provided, but only tilt adjust is given. So I would say the feature appears to be less for the price asked. So if you can compromise on the big size of the compact SUV, I would say most of the premium hatchbacks can provide you a better package at this price. And what is more annoying is the fact that you don't get an entertainment unit at this price, which is a very basic requirement. So I would say skip this variant and move on to the next variant, that is S, which also offers 1 liter turbo petrol in addition, and you can opt for DCT automatic as well. And the highlights of this variant are follow me headlamps, which assist you to your home at dark nights, a keyless entry to the car due to foldable key, and a rear defogger to add to the safety list. In case you opt for the DCT transmission, then you get 3 more features for the safety front. One is the electronic stability control, then vehicle stability management, and hill control assist as an exclusive edition. The exteriors look more SUV-ish now thanks to the signature dark front chrome grille and sporty roof rails. For the entertainment part, you get a basic 2-din head size unit but with all the connectivity features like FM, USB, Bluetooth and a 6 speaker setup in addition to steering mounted audio controls. To add to the comfort and the convenience, you get all 4 power windows and the driver side window gets one touch up and down feature with the pinch guard technology, electrically adjustable ORVMs, rear AC vents, and besides having a lot of storage options, you get a luggage lamp to assist you every time you pick out stuff from the boot at night. You get a cool glove box to keep your Coke cans relatively colder, a front center armrest with little storage underneath, but mind you, this is fixed type. And last but not the least, you also get rear parcel tray for easy access to few items. So with the price jump of roughly 80,000 to 1 lakh, this is a fairly good variant to consider, but there are a lot of features pending on Venue which prompts me to go to the next variant, that is S Plus. It sounds like the extension of S variant, but the bad news is this variant is only available with 1.2-liter petrol manual. So sorry diesel lovers, but let's look at the highlights, and I must say the list is very long. The lighting area gets host of new additions like projector headlights and fog lights, LED DRLs which are automatic by the way. Then we have rear parking assist with camera guidelines with respect to the steering input. The driver side seat gets height adjustable feature, so it is very good for you if you have multiple drivers at home. And the rear seat gets adjustable headrests considering the safety front, which I was expecting from the base variant itself. The entertainment unit gets 8-inch touchscreen display and now it is available with the smartphone integration along with voice recognition. And if this is not sufficient for you, then you'll also get sound mode lights which look fantastic at the nights. Last but not the least, the comfort gets an upgrade with the fully automatic AC, electrically foldable ORVMs and a driver rear view monitor, which improves the rear visibility of the car in case the IRVM fails to do the justice. So accepted the fact that it is whole 1 lakh costlier than the S variant, but I'll still recommend this variant to anyone who is looking for mostly city driving with a light foot on the accelerator. But we are still left with the top two trims of Venue which are very popular among the buyers. But remember the fact that now on you will not get a chance to see the 1.2-liter petrol engine, which is good in a sense because I feel that the top trim of any car which is costing 10 lakh and it is also feature packed, it deserves a powerful engine, and the 1-liter turbo petrol Hyundai engine does the justice very well. So starting with the SX variant, there are only few additions and most of them are for automatic buyers cause those opting for manual either in diesel or turbo petrol only get a handful of upgrades. Anyhow, the highlights goes as following. First and the foremost are the 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. Till now you were only getting 15-inch steel rims. Then there's a sunroof for all its lovers out there. You also get cruise control, which is very practical feature for long highway drives. Then there are front map lamps, so altogether now you get two cabin lamps to illuminate it better at the nights. And that's all, because all of the rest of the features are attributable to the DCT buyers, which is definitely on the costlier side. But if you will sneak in a little, you will see the pedal shifters written there, an element of surprise for all the enthusiastic drivers. And I'm leaving all the DCT specific features as of now because you will get them all as a standard in the next variant, so hold your horses. But coming to the price gap, so we'll not be able to directly compare it with the S Plus variant because it neither had the diesel nor the turbo petrol unit. But if we'll try to compare it with the S variant, then the diesel manual gets 1 lakh, turbo petrol manual 1.5 lakh, and turbo petrol DCT a whole 2 lakh dearer. And I don't personally feel that this price jump is all that worth. But I would also like to remind you that the DCT is only available in SX and it will not be available to you in the SX option. So this is your last chance. So now we are only left with the one variant, and which is the top trim of Hyundai Venue SX option. Only available with diesel and turbo petrol manual and a clutchless manual. Here are the quick highlights. The safety gets a total of 27 features now with 6 airbags, ESC, VSM, HAC as discussed in S variant. But wait, that's not all. You also get tire pressure monitoring system and telematics control switches on the IRVM to help you in case of any mishappening. The rear seat gets 60-40 split seat fold, which was fully foldable till now, so the flexibility of usage gets better. The entertainment unit still remains 8-inch, but now you also get the support of Hyundai Blue Link, which will help you get connected with the car at all possible times. Coming to the rest of the features, you get front sliding armrest, rear armrest with cup holders, rear wiper washer setup, and the major ones being the wireless phone charging, which responds a little slow, but at least you get it as an option. Last but not the least, you also get air purifier to help you breathe good quality air at least when you are inside the cabin. With this, we have covered all 110 features of Hyundai Venue. But am I missing something? Yes. The price gap between SX and SX option, which appears on the higher side, it is roughly 1.5 lakh plus minus 20,000. But it is all worth the money considering the features given in addition. But if you are okay with a non-connected car, then you can safely skip this variant. And do you remember the sport trims I was talking about in the beginning of this video? They get these design additions in the exteriors as well as on the interiors, for which you will be charged 15 to 50,000 extra depending on the particular variant. And this makes 1 liter turbo DCT SX and 1.5 liter diesel manual SX option as one of the costliest Hyundai Venue available in the market. But after analyzing all the variants along with their prices, I would suggest if you want one particular variant from my side, I'll recommend go with the S Plus variant, which is most value for money option. But in case you want the extra punchy diesel or wanna try turbo petrol this time, then SX option makes more sense. With this, I would like to end this video. If you appreciate the efforts, then like this video, share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe to the channel for more such content. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.